Hi guys, it's Stephanie. Today I am going to show you some of the best highlights and attractions Amsterdam has to offer. Amsterdam is the perfect place for a city trip. The symbol of the Dutch capital are the canals, but you will also find many museums about the history of the city and about great artists. So, let's get started with our tour through Amsterdam. Our first attraction is the enormous Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. It is the most visited attraction in Amsterdam. With more than 5,000 paintings, this museum tells 800 years of Dutch history, including the 17th century, the Golden Age. See world-famous paintings, such as The Night Watch by Rembrandt and The Milkmaid by Johannes Vermeer. Next, we have the museum with the largest collection of painter Vincent van Gogh. In high season, it will be necessary to book your tickets in advance due to the visitor limit. The activity that absolutely should not be missed during your city trip to Amsterdam is a canal cruise. From the water, you can really see how beautiful the Amsterdam canal houses are. You can book a canal cruise from €16. But you can also opt for special theme cruises, such as a dinner cruise or a romantic candlelight cruise. Our next tour will be the Heineken experience. The Heineken experience is located in the oldest Heineken brewery. The tour of this approximately 1.5-hour interactive Heineken experience tells you about the history, brewing process and marketing of the famous Dutch beer brand. Of course, we can't miss the red light district of Amsterdam, in Dutch de Wallen. This is the prostitution area of Amsterdam with more than 300 workplaces for window prostitution. The name comes from the many red lights in the windows of these workplaces. The district also has many sex shops, coffee shops, sex shows, and a marijuana museum. The district is now one of the most important tourist attractions of Amsterdam. Anne Frank, the Jewish girl who became famous for her diary that she wrote in the secret annex. In this museum, you will visit the room behind the bookcase in which she was in hiding, one of the most impressive sites in Amsterdam. You can only reserve your tickets on the official website. Do this in time because the museum is often sold out. The Vondelpark is the large city park of Amsterdam. The public and elongated park is free to visit and contains ponds, fountains, statues, a rose garden and a tea house. Concerts and open-air theater are regularly held in the Vondelpark. Dam Square is the central square in Amsterdam. Here you can see the Royal Palace on Dam Square, the Nieuwe Kerk and the National Monument. The main shopping streets end here and the luxurious department store De Bijenkorf is also located on the square, which is overrun with pigeons. In addition, you will find the wax museum Madame Tussauds. This is the former home and workhouse of Rembrandt van Rijn, where he lived between 1639 and 1658. In this beautiful and stately building with old furniture, art and objects, you have the feeling that you are going back to the 17th century in this museum. The Jordaan is a typical Amsterdam working-class district in the western part of the city center. The district was built in the 17th century and has beautiful canal houses, many restaurants, shops and is known for its Dutch music. The shopping area of the 9 streets is popular. During your city trip, the Jordaan is a nice district to wander around on your own. The impressive Concertgebouw in Amsterdam is one of the most famous concert halls in the world, partly because of its fantastic sound. If you want to get an impression of this beautiful building from 1888, you have 2 options: a guided tour or attending a concert. The city zoo in the center of Amsterdam and the oldest zoo in the Netherlands. A nice change during your city trip. You can easily reserve your tickets in advance. NEMO is the Science Museum of Amsterdam, intended to make young people enthusiastic about science and technology, among other things, by means of many experimental setups. A wonderful interactive museum, especially when you visit Amsterdam with children. The striking building is located near the central station. The Amsterdam Lookout is a 360-degree observation deck with the most beautiful panorama of the city center and the port of Amsterdam. A special attraction is the Edge Swing, the highest swing in Europe, where you swing on the edge of the 10-meter-high building, not a daredevil, then enjoy a cocktail at the rooftop bar. In this museum, you will go back in 500 years of maritime history of the Netherlands, such as the Golden Age, but also about the current period of the country that is largely dependent on the dikes. You have the opportunity to admire the replica of the old VOC ship Amsterdam, and the collection contains paintings, ship models, weapons, and world maps. Do like the locals do. Amsterdam is a city with more bikes than inhabitants. The ideal way to see many sights in a short time. Rent a bike yourself or join one of the guided bike tours. Leidseplein is the most vibrant square in Amsterdam. Around the square you will find many cafes, restaurants, theaters and pop venues. The nightlife of tourists takes place around this Leidseplein. Want to get the most out of Amsterdam's nightlife? Then take a look at our pub crawls. The Amsterdam Museum tells you about 7 centuries of history of the city of Amsterdam, from a small settlement on the Amstel, the 17th Golden Age, to the current world city. The Historical City Museum is located in the city center and the way to get to know the city better. The most popular attraction in the months of March, April and May is the Keukenhof. The Keukenhof is a beautiful park full of tulips and flowers. From Amsterdam you can easily make a day trip. You can choose from fully organized excursions, or you can go to the Keukenhof yourself by public transport. Windmills. Characteristic wooden houses and Dutch shops make this one of the top attractions of Holland. You can best book this tour from Amsterdam. So, there you have it. 20 of the many attractions and highlights Amsterdam has to offer. Please don't forget to like, share and follow for more travel ideas. Happy travels!